Um, hello. This is just a general discussion of things I'd like to say and things I want to talk about. Um, so, I've played way too much, oh, hell, what's that game called? Bulletstorm. I bought Bulletstorm for like $5. It's not important. So this is basically just me talking about my goal for my channel, what my future is, what my channel is going to be. First things first, my channel is going to be is not just about gaming as much as I've been uploading gaming content on my stuff. That's not what my channel is. My channel isn't about just gaming content. It's gonna be about everything: video games, movies, comic books, stuff like that. I love all of it. I love all of it. Games, movies, all stuff. Alright. I don't hide it. I don't act like I don't love. I do love it all. Um, there's not many gaming channels that focus on more than just gaming. It's almost all gaming content, and I want mine to be more than that. I want mine to be a place you can go to talk about whatever, or to listen about whatever. Whether it's video games, movies, comics, like I said. Okay, and I'll be talking in movies that I love, like an example. Crap bastards. I knew I was gonna happen at some point. An example. I love the Warriors. Okay, the movie. One of my favorite movies ever made. Like legit. And I just bought the book. I got the book through Audible, and I've been listening to it, and it's been great fun. Um, that's neither here nor there. Um, I love them. I really do love them. I enjoy them. Sorry. Um, I just my girlfriend told me to talk about something that's important to me. One second, I'm actually texting with her right now. Um, she told me to talk about something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about a lot of things. The main two are movies and video games. Um, so I decided my first one, I'm gonna do a bit of a movie review and discuss that, and fun stuff like that. So I'm gonna start with one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite comic book movies ever. I think there's none that will ever beat this. Sorry, you're kind of staring at nothing right now. I'm doing two things at once. Um, it is overall one of the best comic book movies ever made. It is dead on exactly what you want from a comic book movie. Okay? This sucks. I need a better shield and a better everything. I'm level 40. I have 16 more levels than maxed out. Okay, well, that's neither here nor there. It's a great movie, and it's not well known in America because here in America it's not about that. It's not about movies like that, even though it should be. Because Dread it's something else. I'll tell you that much. God, my fucking one go. Holy crap. Well, that legendary either went off screen or flew way the hell back here. Anyways, it's a great movie overall. It is. Karl Urban is the perfect Dread. He said something made me happy. He's willing to return for a sequel. Holy good God. And that's cool because not many people are willing to return for sequels. But he's British, which something you know about Dread is it's originally a British comic book. It didn't start in America. It appears in 2000 AD comic, which is an amazing comic book. It's a well written comic. I actually bought a while ago the first Dread collection, which is about the first 150 issues or so, roughly. I don't know. It's quite a few of them though. For like $15 on Kindle. Okay? Because I love Dread. I love Dread a lot. I've watched it. I watched Judge Dredd, one time. One Sylvester Stallone. It was a horrible piece of crap. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And it is not Dread. It has things that are accurate about it, but not stuff that's like, amazing. The one with Carl Urban is, honestly, I watch it and I see the comic. I mean, I know that sounds kind of dumb, but I do watch it and I see the work. Which is amazing because so many people a lot of Americans that aren't fans of Dredd or Judge Dredd don't know it's from a comic book. They just assume it's some weird thing from another country. It really is, but it's Britain's idea of what America is like, and I hate to say this, which is messed up. But the one with Carl Urban is better because it doesn't try to do the story arcs that they try to do in freaking Judge Dredd with Sly Stallone. That tried to take the entire Judge's story arc, or take the entire evil story arc, and turn it into a single freaking movie, and that doesn't work. That's the kind of thing you have to take time to build up. However, they're talking about an Omega City 1 episode. TV show I meant, and I'm excited as hell about that. I'd love to see an MC1 series. You don't necessarily need Judge Dredd. It would be cool to have Judge Dredd, but you don't need Dredd in it. You can do it very well without Dredd. In fact, I 100% believe you can do a good show and have Judge Dredd be a minimal character. You could take and have Dredd and the Psychic. I can't remember for the life of me. I can't remember her freaking name. Have them as cameos, but don't make them main characters. Make it rookies in freaking yeah, I've played way too much freaking it's something you can do a lot with, and it's nice, bonus okay. Do I have no, I need one. Nice. Okay. You can turn that into it. Absolutely amazing show. And have Judge Dredd be a background character, which is what would work really well for a show like that. Make it about, the police force in MC1, which is a take on, I believe, New York City. And I would love that. I think a lot of fans would actually really enjoy that. Because not very often we get something like that yet. I really believe a lot of fans would love that. I know I would be amazing to see that. That'd be so fun. So if you have time, I recommend taking a bit of time to watch that. It's a great freaking movie. So I wanted to talk about something else as well. I wanted to talk about I'm playing Borderlands. I talked about Bulletstorm, the Gearbox situation. I don't care. I can talk about it, but who the hell cares? Everyone's talking about it right now. I'm here to talk about something else, something more light than hey, they're screwing their people over. But if it's what you want to really hear about, my opinion on it, let me know in the comments below. So, as I was saying, I want to talk about something else. Okay, Final Fantasy VII. Okay, I know a lot of you out there, that was your first Final Fantasy, that was the first one you played that really impressed you, your first JRPG, okay? I don't like Final Fantasy VII. I think Final Fantasy VII is honestly on par with one of the worst Final Fantasies I've ever played. Well, they remade it. It pisses me off that good old freaking Square Enix, that they have made another game ages, and they have. They've made a lot of other games. They just act like they haven't, and it's really starting to piss me off because I'm under the belief that if you make things like that, Chrono Trigger is my favorite video game. My first to second favorite video game of all time. And it's from Squaresoft before they were owned by Enix, which I don't need to go on. Long story short, Square made a movie called Final Fantasy Spirits Within. It bombed bad, and it went from bad to worse and bad to it did. They spent so much that they had to actually sell their company to Enix. I don't like Enix. I have not liked the Game of Theirs yet. That's not a lie. That's a lie. I kind of dig the Dragon Warrior series, but for the most part, I'm none of them. I think they really are missing that je ne sais quoi. That's something special, you know. I believe they are missing that something special. And people just seem to go, yeah, this Final Fantasy VII is the best game ever, but I think Final Fantasy VII is kind of a crap game. Is it the worst? But I mean, I remember playing Final Fantasy IV when I was a child, because I'm old enough to remember a lot of things from when I was younger. I remember when Final Fantasy VII came out and everyone was in arms about it, and I just played 6 in Japan, 3 in America, blah blah blah. We all know about that. Just know that the numbering system in America is all sorts of freaking screwed up. Oh, look, it's Timothy Lawrence. It is not nice. It is not good. I've been playing Final Fantasy since I was young. I grew up with a Nintendo. We got 1 and 2, and then we got it was messed up. The way they did it was freaking screwed up. Okay. I've played a ton of Final Fantasies. My favorite Final Fantasy is 9. Okay. It's a throwback to the old school. Ooh, nice. I got a legendary. And it's a Malin one. I don't use that. It's a throwback to the old school style, which is awesome. It's also something new in that they took and the cutscenes look better than Final Fantasy VII by a mile, in my opinion. The story's better by a mile, in my opinion. I hate 7. I respect people that like it. I get that that's probably your first one. If I have something special in your heart. But I've played a lot of Final Fantasies, and I've liked none of the new ones. I thought 15 was a horrible piece of crap. I thought 15 was one of the worst games I've ever seen, I've ever played. Okay? It looks pretty, I'll give you that. That doesn't make it a good game. The combat system is terrible. The leveling system is bad. I honestly, that's one of the few games, it's one of the few Final Fantasies I did not finish. I never played 14 because I don't do MMOs, because I don't feel like paying a monthly fee for that, and there is a monthly fee involved and all sorts of other crap, you know. Shockwater, holy crap, that's a badass. Not enough room. Of course there's not. Why would there be? I mean, I'm torn on 8, 7, and 8. Or I'm torn on 8 because I loved 8. Part of me thinks 8 is a piece of crap. And the truth is, you know, most people admit 8 is a mixture of both. It is cool, but you get that the badassery going on with that crap, and you can own everything. You get the right stuff attached to your weapons, and boss fights, I can't even talk, go from holy crap that's hard to manageable. Ah, son of a bitch. Saw that one coming my way. So I mean, 8 I'm torn on. 8 I don't love, 8 I don't hate. It's there. I'm able to go. 7 is the first one a lot of people played. So it came out for PlayStation, and people adored it. Okay, it was a critical darling for American reviewers. People were like, "Oh, they made a new Final Fantasy, blah blah blah. Look, it's amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Final Fantasy. It's exactly what should have been the whole. It's exactly what six showed they were going for it. I didn't think they would, and they did, and it's honestly annoying. I don't like that they went that route with it, but it doesn't matter what I like. It makes them money. It's like Kingdom Hearts 3, okay? I like Kingdom Hearts. I like the first 2 games. But the third one required every single game to be played and known at least a little bit to play the third game and understand everything. It sucked. Okay? You go from, you know, it's the same issue Square Enix has been having for a long time. They're going from one thing to another, and none of it is working at all for anybody or anything. You know, at least in my opinion, I'm part of the minority in saying that I think that 7's crap. I know a lot of people love 7. I hated it. I think it's possibly one of the worst games I have ever played when it comes to RPGs. There was so much going on with it. I did not like all. I thought it was mediocre. I mean, the death of Aeris, saw that coming. If you know your Final Fantasies, you saw it coming a mile away. People were shocked by it. They still are. Like, oh my god, Aeris died. It happens in Final Fantasy. It happens. It's not like Chrono Trigger, where, you know, you get almost to the end of the game, lo and behold, Chrono dies. You know? How awesome, how much of a twist is that? The main character actually dies while you're playing him. Yeah, you guy. You know, you don't get that often nowadays. You don't get that at all nowadays. You don't get main characters dying in the game, you know, except for at the end, or like in Borderlands 3, which I'm currently playing. Oh, hey, look. Oh, hey, look, our character is now dead. You know, oh, hey, look, they killed Maya for what fucking reason? Other than to kill Maya. That's basically why they killed Rock. You know, it was, they were going for that Roland effect from 2, which worked because everybody cared about Roland. Let's be honest here, who cares about freaking Maya? I mean, I loved Maya, and I thought that they kind of, they killed her and still full crap, man. And it meant nothing to the story at all. Because why would it? Why do something meaningful with the character? What you should be doing, you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to do something. You're going to take a character that matters to people, and you're going to put them in a meaningless situation. An example, to talk about comics, they had that whole One More Day thing with Spider-Man, and let's be honest here, it was horse crap. Oh, we're gonna freaking. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of going with the Vladoff build mode. So, you know, I'm kind of screwing around with it. I finished the main story, so I could easily switch over to Vladoff, switch away from Vladoff, but I'm enjoying the Vladoff Legions. But anyways, I'm sorry, I'm going on about crap that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. So, Aeris dying, if you paid attention to the signs, they were there. It was obvious from the beginning to get killed in some messed up manner. It was obvious who was going to kill her if you... Okay. It was obvious who was going to kill her if you paid attention. No one did. They're like, oh no, Aerith died. It's like, oh my god, really? It's Final Fantasy. Characters die. Not in a meaningful way sometimes. You know, actually, oftentimes. Deaths don't really affect me in games because, you know, oh, that character is going to die. Like, I played, I just finished, oh god, what's the name of this game? I just finished Bulletstorm. Alright, I bought the full clip edition because it was on sale. Worth the money, worth every penny of what I paid for it. I have an Xbox, so if you have an Xbox, you know what I paid. If you don't have an Xbox, well, just know it was on sale for a really good deal. And chances are there's some sort of deep sale for Steam. The remake is not necessarily worth it. Overall, it was in this case. You know, it was a computer, but that's neither here. I'm going on about crap that really doesn't matter. So I don't like 7. I really don't. I think 7 is a meh game at best. I think Cloud is an emo guy I don't care about. The new game looks pretty. But if they want gameplay of 15, it's, in my opinion, it's not going to be fun to freaking play. I thought 15 had some of the worst gameplay ever for Final Fantasy. And that's saying something. I will forgive a lot of bad stuff. But I cannot forgive a game that's boring. And that's what 7 ended up being. And for me, it was boring. It was nothing original, nothing new, nothing I hadn't seen before. So it turned out to be a boring nightmare of a mess. Because why wouldn't it be? Okay, yeah. I thought 7 was a boring nightmare of a game. I don't like any of the characters. Again, the remake looks beautiful, but a beautiful game with a story that's not really that original anymore, and a story that in a game that, much like movies and comics, as you will find out through my videos, none of it matters at the end of the freaking day. It's all the same. One person does something. One person does something and everybody follows suit because, look, it worked for this. Okay, so it worked for that, but doesn't mean it's going to work for everything. You know, doesn't mean it's going to work for shooters. Okay, doesn't mean it's going to work for this, that, and the other. In fact, 99 times out of 100, it doesn't work for a good reason. It just doesn't. It just, that character just didn't matter. Like, okay, an example, Reservoir Dogs, right? It came out. When it first came out, I remember it getting praised across the board, as well it should have been. It's an amazing movie, in my opinion. And after it came out, everybody started trying to write like Tarantino. Okay, there's even a video with Lady Gaga and Beyonce called Telephone, I think. That's basically a 20-minute music video that's a terrible version of a Tarantino movie. They even try to get the cute dialogue in there that just doesn't work because, you know, they just really made into it, in my opinion, a terrible, terrible movie. Okay, here we go. Make some money here. So it came. Everybody made a derivative games like that, and in my opinion, it was very didn't do anything original. Didn't do anything else. Look, that's a good movie. No, it was, or hey, look, that's a good game. That's cool. They killed off that character. No, it's what ended up happening. Nice. What ended up happening, and overall, I saw it coming. You spin enough V's and whatnot, everybody tries doing it. An example, okay? I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm playing, by what I'm playing, I love my Borderlands, okay? I've already put worth of time into this game. Okay? I literally have weeks worth of time on 2, but running it for PS3 and 360 and beyond, I have days worth of time.
Oh, great. Forms. How thrilling.
I saw Borderlands go, or I saw games go from let's do something original, let's rip off of Final Fantasy to brown scale shooters. Okay, isn't what stuff as 7 came out, everybody tried to get on the J and no one. For obvious reason, just make derivative crap and expect people to buy. You have companies that made amazing stuff, okay? Not many, a few that were really good. But for the most part, things weren't that good with games at the time. I can say this with all that I remember when Final Fantasy 7 came out, loved it. 8 came out, everybody hated it, and they were literally the same game. Just only difference is they decided to make ripoffs of it, to try to do big story notes, which is cool because honestly, BioShock has some amazing story beats in it. There's some stuff in BioShock that you don't find anywhere else. And it's neat that they did that. It's neat that they have stuff like that. But it's also terrible that they do that stuff. It's terrible that they make things derivative. And Final Fantasy VII did 2 things: changed games. All games, all future video games are changed because of that one game. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. Okay, I really don't. I don't think at all it could be a good thing. I don't ever seeing it being a good thing. It also did a bad thing. It changed games for the good. I don't think that it was worth it. At the end of the day, it wasn't worth it to make that game the way it was, because it became everyone decided they wanted to do big, huge story beats, and those huge story beats, at the end of the day, were not worth it. Were not worth the time. Were not worth the effort, in my opinion. I know I'm just idea of what is game, but you grew up enough time. You grew up with Nintendo. You grew up with Sega, and you grew up in the time of the mascot, essentially the mascot wars, and you see how a company can make some truly amazing work. I never did this the bureaucratic way. I always just kept killing the bottom there, something different. So Final Fantasy VII changing games is not a bad thing. Okay, look at Dark Souls. Look at From Software. They've been doing the same crap since PlayStation 1. They're hard games that require you to change to make the games better, to make the game work for you. So I just sat, watched all this stuff, watched gaming change over and over and over again, and it was really quite irritating to see things go, let's have fun, to, hey, let's make things super freaking serious, which is what they did with all that other stuff. You know, this is what they did with games. It changed them for the better and for the worse, because it made it to where story beats were very important. It also made it to where story beats were the most important thing to people, and gameplay took a dive for it. I don't know if you noticed, gameplay is important to me. I don't think there's a more important thing to a video game than good gameplay, and Final Fantasy VII gets flippin' repetitive.
Looks like it was a trap. Do your thing, Vault Hunter.
At least in my opinion. And 7 used to be a lot of the same stuff over and over again. The same characters, doing the same things. Oh look, there's a thing that we need to go stop, and we stop it. Again, I saw it in previous games. I've seen it in games since, and do they work? Boom, boom time, boom time, boom time. I am now at the point where I don't care about a lot of things. I'm at the point where games, in my opinion, have taken a backseat. Things have taken a backseat to derivative games over and over again. An example, how many Call of Duties have they released that are just the same thing over and over again? How many games have they released that are a ripoff of Call of Duty in some way? A ton. For Modern Warfare, everyone did the whole thing with, you know, and, I want to see something new, original, and different come out of video games. And it's like after, as I was saying, in the first place, after Borderlands came out, it became about looter shooters. We got Destiny out of that. No, I don't like Destiny, before you ask. I think it's, again, derivative. It's a word you're going to hear a lot from my mouth right now, because I'm tired of derivative. I want something different every so often, because different is good. Oh, dude, I can't put on. Is it always bad? No, but derivative is not always good. In fact, derivative is often very, very bad. And that's what we get from a lot of modern games, is derivative. The reason why it's a common word you're hearing from my mouth is I'm tired of derivative over and over and over again. I want original. I want something different. I want something new. I want something special. I don't want to sit there and get the same experiences from games over and over again. And it's what I'm getting. It's honestly what I'm getting from almost every game I play is the same experience. I enjoyed the game I got because it wasn't just the same old crap. It was something new and something original. It was Bulletstorm was something different. It was about being stylish in a shooter, which you don't have that. Get that kind of fun anymore. You know, you get, again, the same crap. You get the same thing over and over again in a way that's annoying as crap. You know, I really should switch over to just guns, because this is messing with. Oh, crap. Anyways, you know, so I want to see some new original ideas. That's why, you know, the indie scene is really where it's at for games and cinema, in my opinion. Comic books, I really am not fond of DC or Marvel right now. It's not important. So, you know, I mean, I just want to see things coming out that are going to be new and different and special in a way that they used to be, in ways that used to matter. Now it's just the same stuff, repeated continuously, and it's annoying. I want special. I want original. That's what I want. And we're not getting special and original. We're getting the same crap over and over again. Nothing new. Why do new and original? Original isn't selling games. You know, I mean, how many Assassin's Creed have they released to fucking change it up and do something like Odyssey or Origins, where it's just the same old Assassin's Creed game over and over again. It was actually something new and original, and it worked so well. I won't lie, I have Odyssey, I have the season pass. I haven't finished it because it's just such a massively huge game. It's hard to finish a game like that for me, you know. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes it is. And I've enjoyed what I've played of it so far. I just have to get through the game. You know, I have to get into the game. You know, and I've played a good 15, 20 hours of it, I think, and it's a long game with DLC that's long. You know, it's like The Witcher. Okay, I'm a huge fan of The Witcher 3. Legit one of my games that have ever been released. The Witcher 3 is just absolute top. With a lot of cool stuff going on. And it's the kind of game where, yeah, some of it is kind of a, damn it, Torg. It's kind of the same stuff over and over again, but at the same time, it's also new stuff. You know? It was the third in the series, and it took them to get it right. And it makes me happy they got it freaking right. Because it took forever to get that crap right. It really did. Like, you really had no clue how bad the first game was. Well, not bad, it's just, you know, it's kind of cool because they had a Last Wish. The opening cinematic is from The Last Wish, which is the first chronological Witcher book, so it's kind of cool the opening is about the Striga. But at the same time, it didn't do anything beyond that. It introduced the character of Geralt to the world, and it worked for that, but it also had its issues. But it didn't become derivative. It didn't become an open world game where it was about checking off a checkbox, you know? About having that fun at the end with 3. And 7, for me, wasn't fun. Advent Children was a terrible movie. Advent Children is one of the worst movies I've ever freaking seen. And I remember when it came out, people were so excited. Oh, we get a continuation of Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, did you see it? You know, and people defend that movie. But it wasn't new. It wasn't original. It was the same Final Fantasy VII crap. Done the same Final Fantasy VII crap. With the same Final Fantasy stuff going on. And the same everything. You know, it's like, oh, hey, look, we got this amazing idea of a fresh take on JRPGs, and then everyone's like, oh, it's the best game ever, and it's not that it's the best game ever, it's the first RPG you played, so it has a special place in your heart. My first RPG was, I think, Final Fantasy, one of the Final Fantasies for NES or SNES, okay? Chrono Trigger wasn't even the first Final Fantasy I played, wasn't even the first Square game I played, it was just the one that really affected me the most. It's a game that to this day I still love because it's just so well done. It's fun. That's the key word there. It's fun. And I don't think Final Fantasy 4 8 is fun. Honestly, I'm not big on 6 either. That's real controversial take on it. Because people give 6 as much of a love as they do 7. I'm a Chrono Trigger guy. Chrono Cross, not so much. I love Chrono Cross. Not as much as I love Chrono Trigger. I still love Chrono Cross. Ooh. Green Mon, maybe, possibly. Ooh, crap baskets. Torch guy. Resistant to fire, but he's not resistant to that. And we're gonna go with this. And you know, I want to see I want to see a full 3D remake of Chrono Trigger. And don't release it for PlayStation 4. This exclusive crap is just stupid. You're cutting out 1 to 2/3 of your market when you do exclusive. Okay, now Sunset Overdrive. I love. Okay, so I adore Infamous 1 and 2. I never played Second Son because it wasn't about Cole McGrath and all that. But that's not my opinion on it. You know, my silly opinion on it. Do I have the characters? You know, I don't even own a PS4. I don't even own an Xbox because I have issues with Sony and their business dealings and the way they treat people. So that's just a matter of opinion. Even if that is your opinion wrong, to me it's wrong. It is just my opinion. I want to see original. That's what I want. You know, are we getting it? No, we aren't getting it at all. We're getting same old, same old, same old. Oh, he's raging. He's raging. That's what I want. I want him raging, as I can circle strafe you. So, but that doesn't mean I hate Final Fantasy VII. I don't like it. That doesn't mean I hate it. It just means it's not for me. It's not my thing. It's not the kind of game I'm going to go out of my way to play. I'm not going to buy PS4 for it. I'm not even going to buy PS4 for anything out, really, except for maybe God of War and Uncharted 4. The game is not worth a $250 purchase, okay? Or a used one, which is stupid, by the way. Is used market. Oh, that's something else I want to talk about. The used market on video games is crap, okay? Or on systems, okay? And on games, too, because we allow companies like GameStop, which, whoa, talk about bad business dealings. I don't like what GameStop did with the used market. With the used market for video games, I don't like what they did. I don't like that there's one company that can everything and everyone. You know, so it is what it is. I have a lot more to talk about. I will probably end up talking about a lot of stuff that's on the controversy and giving my take on it, because that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to be. I'm going to give crap. Holy crap. I just skipped line and getting... So, you know, I mean, this is all just my opinions, and I like my opinions. You don't have to agree with them. Just know that my view is lacking. Video games are lacking. TV's lacking. Everything is starting to go downhill, and it's not good. I don't really feel like going into all this, but just know that orange trees where I'm at, and that's maxed out. That's maxed out. Okay. So I don't know what to do. We're gonna quit now, and with that, I'm going to head off. Enjoy. I'm sorry I forgot what I was talking about before. I have to lay down and get some sleep soon. Thank you for tuning in. Please enjoy. And, yeah. Thank you. Also, stay healthy, stay inside. Don't let people, don't go out unless you need to. You know, if you're an essential employee like I'm considered, thank you for your work. Thank you for everything. Have a lovely day. Bye.